you go there, guys. Today we're just going to cover the safety surround lights of the forklift. So these are like LED lights. Put down a beam, a different color beam, pretty much on the ground, so it like kind of gives your forklift a safety barrier so people know when it's operating to keep out of this area. Now there's obviously different colors and there's like different shapes. There's the like U beams, which are pretty good because they go around the back of the forklift, just like a U. And then you could also have two side beams as well, which would be two extra on either side, which would kind of create a line, a U, and then a line on the other side, covering the whole forklift. They are pretty straightforward. The install process for all of them is going to be the same. You need a power source. Just double check the product page here, but these are pretty wide voltage, I think. These are good ones. Can't remember the voltage off the top of my head, but I think it's up to 50 volts. So that means you know what you can hook it into for power, and then where you're going to actually mount it. So it comes with this small bracket in here, and we will also include this magnet mounting kit. So obviously where you're going to mount it will be how you want it to come down. So you kind of want to get your sort of power in place so you can kind of check sort of where the beam is going to be. So a lot of the time it's obviously going to be mounted up here if it's the U back one. Again, in this case here for mounting, this actually has plastic backing on here, so you could probably actually attach it and screw into here with the bracket. Otherwise, the rest of the time, you've got your steel cage, which you're actually not allowed to touch. You can only use the existing holes on there. That's why we do provide this, because once that is on there, that's actually not going anywhere. That's just not tight for that at the moment. But the actual magnet is on there. Wow, so that goes pretty good. So the magnet allows you to quickly mount it and safely without worrying about having to put holes or whatnot in your cage. Also could go on the back here and point down, depending what your fork is. So just think about the location of it. Obviously the beam has to go down and show the beam. That's important. So you'll have to have your power so you can just test it in actual different places. Every fork's a bit different, so that's going to be up to you where you put it. Then the other thing you got is your power. So this is a bit of a traditional LPG, petrol type forklift. Obviously, a lot of forklifts now are electric. If it is like this, they're all pretty much going to have a 12 volt system anyway. It's just your battery powered ones, how you tap in the power is going to be a bit different. So this thing here draws about 1 amp at 12.5 volt. To give you an idea. So whatever circuit you are going to tap it into, be aware of that. Pretty much majority of circuits are going to have actually plenty of room for that anyway. In this case, on this model here, we're just going to pop and tap into the fuse, into one of the fuses on the actual fuse box in the engine bay there, and then run our power to here, and then our chassis to ground. That is all good. On a battery one, you can't use ground to chassis because that'll trip it. So you'll have to basically tap the positive and negative into another accessory system, which will normally be the beacon that it already has. You'll probably find there'll be 12 volts on the electric system and a panel underneath the dash somewhere, so you can find out where you want to tap into. You just can't ground the chassis because that'll put it into safe mode, because it's obviously a battery system. That's about it. So where you're going to mount it and how you're going to power it are your two things. I'll go through and I'll show you on this model, and then pretty much all other models are going to be the same, or if you do have any questions you can just ask us. So in this case here, we've used the tester pen, turned the ignition on, and we've checked on the top of these, and we've found some that are giving us power only when it's running, because obviously you only want the light on when your vehicle's on. You'll probably find there'll be 10 or 7.5 amp fuses. And they'll be for a back lamp, a gauge, or probably turning lights or something. So majority of these are probably pulling 2 amp, and so you get a 7.5 amp fuse in here. So adding an extra amp to this circuit's all going to be okay. So you can see we've just put our fuse tap in here. If you do have a petrol one and you can tap off the fuses, well then you can use this. We'll add this in the kit so you can add, so you have all the parts. But basically, that's our power here. We'll run that out. This is just a quick connector, and we'll take the ground off the ground, and then we will go from there. So the good thing about the fuse tap is that's fused as well. It's got a 5 amp fuse in it. Just your general 2-core cable. You can take the negative off the battery, negative. Kind of just get it in place so you can sort of see that it's all going to like run okay. So you can see in like this case, where we've like mounted it on the back there is providing exactly what we want. We basically wanted a no-go zone at the back of the forklift that says don't walk where the red line is, which is like basically where this fork will swing and operate or back out. Yeah, so that's all happy there. So that location there's fine. Obviously if it was like a different like forklift, you have it in a different location. If it was up there, you can kind of see the type of obviously like diameter you'd get. We'll try and put up a sheet on the page which kind of explains height and your like, size of your diameter with this like circle one, because obviously sometimes depending where you're going to actually mount it, it might sort of make the danger area where the LED is too big. If that is the case, you probably want to use a different actual light, so maybe it's like a straight one or like a different option that we have. You can reach out to us. But that's basically installed, pretty straightforward. Choose where you're going to put it, choose how you're going to power it. So we will have, for actual mounting, we'll have our magnet thing that you can add to it if you want to grab that. Basically covers actually most areas where you'd want to actually mount it if you have the magnet base on it, sorry. Choose how you're going to power it. If it's like an old school LPG, petrol, forklift, it's going to have a 12 volt, pretty much automotive system on it. So we'll put the fuse tap set in there and you can just power it off there. If it's electric fork, it'll just depend. It draws 1 amp, so you probably just want to tap into the beacon and you'll have to tap into the positive negative on that beacon. We'll find out what other power source you have. If you're drawing quite a lot of power, then it gets a bit more complicated. You'd probably have to hook directly into the other actual batteries and then run like a relay, I don't know, let's just say to that beacon. So that relay on that main draw from the batteries pretty much only comes on when the beacon comes on. But those are your couple options. Majority of the time, you're only going to be running maybe like a monitor, a camera, and one of these. So you're probably talking like 2.5 amps. So majority of circuits are built for 7.5, and they're probably only using 2 amp for that. So you should be okay actually to tap off them. Cheers.